E55 AMG in Kent, and it's hideous. Dealing with the typical traffic on the way out. It's 3:42. It's like 10 minutes into the way home, and I'm just barely downtown because there's huge trucks trying to navigate this city. This city was not built to hold a 35,000 student campus. It's a freaking farming town. So I did not go into class this morning. I woke up at that time and pretty much thought, I just got to bed. How is my alarm going off? So I went back to bed, woke up a few hours later, went through the PowerPoint, got that coursework done. Then I did go in for the lab. That was about 20 minutes. We just had to do distribution analysis, upper and lower bound, quartile, mean, range, whatever. Hung out with Alex for a little bit on 70's floor, and now I'm headed back home to turn in my paper and do some more academic crap before I have to go back for the meeting tonight at 7. It's 3:45. We'll be home by 4:15. Leave for the meeting by 6:15, so I'm gonna have about 2 hours at home to get that stuff done. Yeah, shitty Wednesday. All right, so I just got out of the HR forum. That was intriguing for the first bit. I was supposed to start at 7 o'clock. The guy didn't get there till 7:20. He said weather kept him back. Guy's from Detroit. No excuses in Ohio with weather, in my opinion. But I'm out of that. I can't see anything because there's freaking headlights here. These roads in Kent are just manageable to get by without bottoming out and damaging the car in daylight. At night, it's a shit show. I've hit some pretty intense stuff in these roads tonight. So it was a HR guy, PR guy that worked with Chrysler, Mitsubishi, Toyota. He worked with a ton of different companies, really knew his shit when it came down to that. So I suppose that was semi-intriguing. Really trying not to drive through canyons here. Then the remaining part of his presentation was all question. Whoever said there's no such thing as stupid questions was wrong. There's definitely stupid questions, and those are asked by stupid people. And I will hold up to that all day. So it's 8:36, Cavs versus Raptors in halftime. Cavs plus 14. Just put the game on through the app here in the car in Bluetooth, so hopefully I get home before the end of halftime. Realistically not. We'll get to see some of that. It sounds like LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, Love and Mozgov are all playing really well. So hopefully we'll get to see some of that. He only answered 5 of the 6 questions on the questions page. So I'm gonna have to kind of pull one out of my ass or do some third-party research on that to get that final answer. Papers due Monday. 6 paragraphs, 2 pages. So I'll probably do that tonight or tomorrow. Check out this car. This is in Lillehammer. Who knows what that is? Yeah. Ferrari 348 Norway. Good morning, vlog. Welcome back. I got home just in time for the second half of the Raptors game. So we were up 15 points at half, up 10 points at the end of Q3. Toronto went freaking crazy fourth quarter. They were up 1 for a minute, and Cleveland finished up plus 8, 120 to 112. So we did beat them, and we're tied for the second place in the East, tied with Toronto and Chicago. Unfortunately, we have one of the hardest schedules in the NBA right now, so we get to play the Atlanta Hawks, who are like 46-12 on Friday, and the Phoenix Suns, and we've just got a bunch of killer teams. Dallas. So we're probably going to lose a few here and go back down to position 4. But Chicago, I don't think they're playing with 2 of their main guys. What, Kevin Rose, I think, and somebody else? I don't think Kevin's right. Brian, somebody Rose is out. But anyways, that's going to be interesting. So I got the HR paper done. It's all ready to go on Monday now. I just have to turn that in online. I'd probably just do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. I've got an online class. I think Joe and I are going to work on some fundamentals of business statistics if we have time tomorrow. I've got an exam on Friday. The busy week carries on. Alex and I have 2 quizzes and homework to do before Sunday night. But my box from FCP Euro arrived today. In fact, I don't think I told you guys I ordered this stuff, but driving the 330, the rear suspension is really shot. I mean, when I got it, I knew that, you know, a lot of it was older or original, worse yet, at 215,000 miles when I got it. But when I had it in and they were putting the new tires on due to the wheels getting screwed up a month ago, They told me, you know, your rear struts are pretty much shot. They're leaking, they're blown, they need to be replaced. And I thought, yeah, it feels like shit driving it. It bounces all over the place. It feels like the whole axle's loose when I go over bumps sometimes. It's just springy as crap. I didn't think I was going to do anything about it. Well, the roads have gotten so much worse, I did do something about it. I spent about an hour on Real OEM last week and really just shopping for the cheapest OEM parts I can find, and FCP Euro can deliver with that, and they did. So we've got 2 rear shocks, 2 rear springs, all the mounts, all the hardware, the bump stop, the sleeve, the mounts, the mount gaskets, it's all in there. So we're gonna figure out how to do some rear suspension work, do a DIY. Now it's nice that at least for the DIYer perspective, it isn't your typical strut and a coil spring wrapped around the strut. It's an independent shock absorber and then your coil spring sandwiched. The strut's holding the tension on the lower, with the H-arm, the lower big wheel carrier control arm type thing, and then it goes up to the probably subframe or the chassis. So once I take the strut down, which is the shock down, 1 bolt at the bottom and then the 2 top mount bolts on the chassis, I'll just push that whole wheel carrier down, pull the spring out, replace the top bushing and the lower bushing, shove a new spring in there, jack it up maybe with the jack. Since I'll have the car on stands, I'll have the jack, and then secure the strock. It's not a strut, it's a shock. So yeah, we're gonna learn, do a DIY, and really hoping that makes the car feel better. I don't expect it to handle well. It's an XI on 205s. It's not gonna hug corners, but it needs to feel safer than it does. Let's just say that. So it's been slightly warmer, but tomorrow the high is 16 and the low is -1. Cold again Friday, tentatively. Kennan's gonna come over Friday, and I think we're gonna try to do it then. We'll play it by ear on weather conditions. If it's too cold, I'm not gonna freeze my hands off out in the garage doing it. It's not worth that. It's supposed to be 50 next week. So we get to do that, yeah. So watched Cavs game, watched Lilyhammer, started season 2. It's got a yellow Ferrari 348 in there as I film. That's pretty cool. Talked to Bobby for about a half hour on FaceTime. We just kind of revamped E39 source, not really, but we're changing our goals with the site. When we started the site, we wanted it to be all BMW, so we would host stuff on 4 Series, and we really hoped we'd get a better response from other BMW owners, excluding E39s. We've since changed our expectations, in fact, to something I prefer. We're just going to specialize in E46, E38, and predominantly E39. So I think the Mac, it's almost dead. I've been working on it here for a while, but I'll show you. We added a downloads page. We revamped both the upper and lower nav bars. Is it dead? No, 4%. So we're going to host files now. We had 332 gigs of bandwidth last month, which is pretty impressive for a small site like this. But upper nav bar now just consists of the basics: home, about, contact, link to YouTube, link to our terms and conditions, and then the bottom we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 MXZ in case we do have articles pertaining to other cars. We have a whole separate menu about how to facelift an E39. Pretty much everything in here: headlights, taillights, all the technology, even down to the wheel center cap. So you click on that and you get a DIY and BMW part number for the wheel center caps. Click on downloads. We come over here. We're not hosting a ton of files right now, but we do have the navigation software for Mark III, Mark IV. We have Nav Tweak and Nav Speak hosted as well, and a link to the full article applicable to E38. 39, 46, 53, and 83. Been using CyberDuck to access our FTP. Right here, uploaded a ton of files to the FTP, a bunch of PDFs. We're hosting the owner's manual, fastening hardware, PDC install, a lot of actually BMW issued PDFs for text. So everything in there but the Bentley manual. We don't own the copyright on that, but I'm gonna have to link all of that in our downloads page so that stuff's public. But we're really just trying to become a better knowledge base and resource base for everything E39. So say some owner knows nothing about the car and wants to do everything I've done, a couple hours of reading and watching videos, I want them to be able to do that. And I think we have the best website online, the most comprehensive website to do all of that easily. So it's 1:42. I'm gonna go up, shower, and get to bed. My back hurts for some reason. I'm tired. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when it's freezing cold again. Good night.